Hey everybody, it's DJ Rob Mill Guy here again, and today I have a different topic. I'll be reviewing albums, so to speak, but I'm going to focus on this issue I've heard recently. People bring it up and ask me about it, and remastered albums. A lot of bands do this. They'll go back into their catalog, pull out albums, and also sometimes a record company has a hand in doing this, where they will take an album and they'll remaster it, go back in the studio. Sometimes even we'll put on live tracks, the album, make it a little more special for the fans, but I really want to kind of look into this and discuss it for some people that are a little unsure about this, because I can understand where people go, is this for the bands to make money or the record companies to make money? What's this remastering all about? So I'm going to focus on my favorite band. I'm sure all my friends and family watching this video know I'm a huge Rush fan, of course. I have a lot of the discography, t-shirts. I wear a Rush shirt every week practically. Yeah, I'm a big Rush fan, you could say. And so I'm going to focus on some recent albums I purchased that are the Rush remasters. And I have here Caress of Steel, one of my favorites, 1976. And then I have my all-time favorite Rush album, Fly By Night here, remastered. And last one, Hemispheres. Got that a while back. I think this was when the remastered Rush albums first started coming out. But there's been a lot of bands that have remastered their catalog. They've gone back, looked through certain albums, and they've reintroduced them. And usually through the same record companies. So with the Rush ones, these are all remastered, re-released through Mercury Records. And also Rush's record group Anthem. So now here's the deal. What's the difference? There is no difference. I'm going to say that right off the bat. Really, the main key is they might touch up a little stuff, but if you're to listen to Fly By Night, the original Fly By Night, and this remastered, I listened to the original one and I couldn't tell. But to me, this sound quality is a little better. It's up to date. Again, it's one of these things where I can understand people worry about the money. Are they trying to take advantage of me? And this is my feeling on it. This is my suggestion for any fan, maybe. If you like a band and they remaster an album and you have the album already, you really don't need to buy it again unless you want to, and they've done some stuff. Recently, Ozzy Osbourne, they brought back the Blizzard of Ozz Diary with the original bassist and drums and a bunch of other stuff that Sharon supposedly back in the 90s took out, which was really not right, let's just say. So that's where I could see where maybe someone wants that original, that's the lineup they used, everything's back and up to date. But then there's some bands where, again, they'll just do it. I know Lemmy, Motorhead, they keep releasing box sets, remastered albums, and Lemmy has nothing to do with that. He said that. With Rush, I think it's just a little different. I just believe they want to remaster the albums to stay kind of, keep up. And also younger fans, because some of these albums, they get lost. And what was great about these is where the places I found them, they were at really good prices. I got some deals, I say. It was awesome to find these albums. Fly By Night especially, I've been looking for a long time, and you go and, oh, I could get the original, but it'd be used, and at the store that I wanted to get it, it was all moldy for some reason. I don't know why. That was really awkward. And that's why I was ecstatic to finally find these albums. And, high quality, really nice, and at a great buy. So that's the thing I really stress on, is do your research and look into it. If you like an album and they remaster it and they have live bonus tracks and some other stuff, that's something you need to evaluate and say, okay, maybe I'll get it. But if they're just remastering an album that you have already, don't even worry about going to buy it. You don't have to. That's my main goal. And it's great for the fans, these remasters, that haven't bought the albums. So if a fan, let's say, wanted to get Caress of Steel, they didn't have it, they're really into Rush, these remasters are great because the people get to listen to the music, it's been touched up a little, they have a better quality, better experience. And yes, the bands and the record companies, it depends. Sometimes they have control. Artists, it depends if they have the rights to their catalog or not. But if you're a fan and you really like the music, I highly recommend getting these remastered albums. I know one person said, oh, remastered, it's just a joke. Then again, the guy has a punk attitude, so really he doesn't like that type of stuff. And I was telling him about a band that was remastering an album. again, you need to do your research, and that's the most important thing I say is look into it. Is it worth it? If you have the album or not, that also should factor into. But these are albums that I just highly recommend. As a Rush fan, listening to Crest of Steel, Fly By Night, Hemispheres is amazing. Quickly want to review the Fly By Night, one of my favorite Rush albums. And in the end, the last song is a phenomenal Rush song. And production, again, Terry Brown produced these Rush albums. And I'm pretty sure when they remastered them, Terry Brown had a hand in doing this. They go back in the studio, Rush and Terry working together. So this is something that I say, going through, using Rush as an example, it's worth it. It is worth it in a way. If you're a fan and you don't have the album, or if you do have the album, you just want to have another remaster where you're such a big fan, I believe don't let the whole remaster tag deter you from checking out the album or getting it. And if you don't have the album, it doesn't matter because you can win. A lot of these remastered albums are, especially the classic hard rock and heavy metal, are for some reason right now at low prices. Maybe that's because modern music, which is so crappy, I hate it, that's another story. Maybe because that stuff's become very popular that a lot of these record companies and stores are deciding to just make a fair price. And that way fans that enjoy the music can check it out, like myself, get the stuff that we've been looking for, and finally enjoy. So the last thing I just want to say, do not let remastered albums deter you from buying. Sometimes it's even better. Sometimes it's what you were looking for and they for some reason never had it, and if you were to buy a used copy, it just wouldn't be in the best shape or quality. So everybody, don't be afraid of something if it's remastered. And if you have a chance, check out these Rush albums. Fly By Night, one of my faves. Hemispheres, solid album. Come on, 20-minute or 18-minute song on this. And then you also have Crest of Steel, which is another solid album from Rush. Kind of underlooked, I'd say. One of their underdog albums. But this is DJ Rob the Metal Guy. I kind of didn't introduce myself in the beginning, but for those of you who don't know, I have a show on K-Sun Radio called Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Zone. Excuse me, Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Zone. I saw the Melvins last night, so my voice and my ears are kind of out of whack still. And then I have a website I run with my friend Yuvraj Singh called rockmetalzone.com. Those links will be on the, or below, so check them out. Till next time. Also, any suggestions for album reviews, discussions, questions about hard rock and heavy metal, I'll be happy to make a video for you guys. I'm here to serve you guys, the fans. Rock on.